President Obama made it clear today the U.S. goal with the Sunni terrorist group known as ISIS is not to contain it, but to destroy it. He said so at the NATO summit in Wales. The president did not reveal a new strategy, but he did say that a coalition of 10 nations has agreed to take on ISIS militarily and financially. ISIS, also known as ISIL, has been waging a campaign of terror as it seizes territory in Iraq and Syria. It has executed 2 American journalists. Chief White House correspondent Major Garrett covered the NATO news conference.
I said, it's not going to happen overnight, but we are steadily moving in the right direction, and we are going to achieve our goal. We are going to degrade and ultimately defeat ISIL, the same way that we have gone after Al-Qaeda.
Mr. Obama said the existing Allied battle plan against Al-Qaeda can also work against ISIS.
You systematically degrade their capabilities. You narrow their scope of action. You slowly shrink the space, the territory that they may control. You take out their leadership, and over time, they are not able to conduct the same kinds of terrorist attacks as they once could.
The president said nothing about future U.S. airstrikes in Syria to complement the air war in Iraq. Within Syria, he said the U.S. and its allies must develop a better fighting force among moderate rebels battling both the Assad regime and ISIS.
We will not be placing U.S. ground troops to try to control the areas that are part of the conflict inside of Syria.
NATO countries will provide arms, intelligence, surveillance, training, and humanitarian aid to Iraqis fighting ISIS. Secretary of State John Kerry said the threat posed by the terror group should not be overstated. Quote, "These guys are not 10 feet tall. They're not as disciplined. They're not as organized as everybody thinks." Under any other circumstances, the conflict in Ukraine would have dominated this summit as the United States and Europe prepared another round of economic sanctions. News emerged of a ceasefire. The president said he was hopeful but skeptical it would hold.
And Secretary Kerry headed to the Middle East to recruit Arab states into the fight against ISIS as well. Major, thank you very much.